February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Officers. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out, or try to at least. All right, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! Okay. February 23rd, prosecutor's office. Underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Status Storm, thank you for the 8 months. Have a great stream, we'll be lurking. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who killed in their evidence room. It was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all! It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done these tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of these things? Ooh. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. So this was obviously originally supposed to be used with the touchscreen. That's why this was kind of added in. Ooh. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just... this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this? Scientifically. The amount? I don't think there's anything wrong with the location. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find the bloodstain, okay? Alright. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. No more testing for this. Solution used for scientific investigation. Finds blood traces. Spray to use. Okay. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! Feels like we're really investigating crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Ha! I wonder how that flirt of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star! You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes. It was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag this dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if those prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... what do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Oh. What? I thought there'd be an option for... Is that a bug? Do you think you could tell us more about SL9 incident? Weird. It feels like it should be, there should be a third thing to talk about there. But I guess not. Alright, well let's move on. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got from at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Oh, real crime scene! Let's go take a look! Guard station. February 23rd, evidence room entrance, guard station. Oh, I bet I know who manages, who watches this station. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime? It sure does seem that way. Oh! Oh! What's wrong? It says cacti! They're so prickly, so imposing! It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah. Oh well, can we... No, we can't. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. Oh, I think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell, with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What's that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie! Wait, maybe that wasn't a... It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Well, doesn't look like there's much else to do here. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I should be more of a yar myself. Look on the floor. A lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. Okay. What about Criminal Affairs Department? February 23rd, Police Station. Criminal Affairs Department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, makes my head hurt. Twins? Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. No, there is nothing to do here. Okay, what about... What about the detention center? February 23rd, detention center, visitor's room. For some misguise and questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How do you kill him in two places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say that arrested a suspect in the police department's murder? Let's come back later. Oof. No leads whatsoever. Address office? February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Well, this place is as classy as today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Wow, there is no one anywhere! So it feels like we've got to talk to her, but it's not giving us the other thing to talk about. Maybe there's something else I can present. We've done the knife. We've done the SL9. I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cover queen, right? We found this ID card here in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. Wish I could be so sure. Check out this. You, yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. She didn't even look at it. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it. So that's the secret to that aroma. Exquisite. Anything I'm smelling here is wasted time. Take a look at this. Same thing again. Well, I'm really confused. I, for one, am confused because it feels like we've shown her what we need to show her to get her talking. But it's not coming up. Read all this. SR9. Okay. Nah, she's not. It feels like it genuinely feels like the game is bugged. I doubt this can progress us, but we'll try. Well, where should we begin? Oh, isn't it obvious? We should begin with that, you know, that thing. The mystery of the victim, I guess. How could one man, Detective Goodman, be put in two places simultaneously? Oh, well, you see, we should go to the police department, the evidence room, was it? I'm not being very useful here, am I? No, you're being very helpful. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. There was that business with him not reading that officer's report about the killing at the police department, right? Chief of Police was right about that, but I can't help but think someone at the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. Maybe it is. Maybe I do need to spray something. Let's get spraying. Spray to use. Wait, how do I use it? That was red as a sports car can get. Yep, it's pretty red, alright. Body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk, and the lock in the trunk was broken too. The question is, why did Miss Sky choose this car? So what car is it? I think it was called a sedan or a coupe or something like that. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Maybe it was that time I got my driver's license. But where's the spray button then? Hang on. Ah, okay. No, there doesn't appear to be any blood anywhere else. Just that one there. What about over here? Any bloods? Oops, click off the screen. Oh! I found some blood! This blood must be from when Lana... No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? At the time of the crime. And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just which side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. This just keeps getting worse. Yikes. Talk to me about SL9! Darn it. Alright, let's look for blood elsewhere. Where else would there be blood? Edgeworth's office? Doubt it. Nope. Unsurprisingly. I mean, there won't be any blood here. On the cactus. Wow, we got a reaction. There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room is pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something and planted their head right in these spines. I think that might be more painful than being murdered. Okay, well, that's not helpful. It really feels like we're stumped. This is the first time I've actually felt stuck in the whole time I've been playing. Yeah, I could do Cindy Star. Could do. I'm just confused because usually what happens is, you know, we said we need to get her to talk about SL9. And then we present the thing, which then gets her talking about SL9. And that usually what then happens is that it opens up another dialogue box to talk about it, but it hasn't done this time. Do you think you could tell us a little more about the SL9 incident? See, now you'd think there'd be a dialogue box there for it, but whoops. But there just isn't. Which makes me wonder if the game has bugged somehow. Ba, 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 da, 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 do, do, be, do. So there's more you need to show her. Right, I've done that. I'm gonna go through just all the evidence and show it. A body with Edward's knife stuck in it was found in Edward's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? We've shown her this. She doesn't react to this. Oops. She doesn't react to this. We've shown her this. Oh, hang on. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know it was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Sky really trying to say, I wonder? Floor plans. Photo. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guardroom. But even I get flustered sometimes. She went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Right, we are going. Wow, that was weird. Sorry about that, everyone. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? The criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort, made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all those detectives on SL9 have disappeared. Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch. I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Receiving a star. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. A star? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Alright. Well, we know where we're likely to find him, right? Oh. February 23rd. Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal! I'm a busy man! What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair! We've caught our criminal! Now we just need evidence! A criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He's down there having a good cry? Ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Right, where do we go? To see Marshall or to find out who the suspect is? I want to know who the suspect is. February 23rd, Detention Center Visitors Room. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? So, that's what I'm saying! Me, a perpetrator? I was the perpetrated again, sir! That's what I'd say! Uh-oh! Hi! Greetings, sir! Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekings, so you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir, I am not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekings, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator, Officer Meekings reporting, sir. What? What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekings. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yo! What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First thing... Oh, it's Phoenix. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I don't mean to pry, but are you the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes. Sir, if you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But, sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow. Sir, can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Well, you are an interesting individual. We are going to leave now. Oops. I need to go here. Right, guard station. Oh, Marshall's not here. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Where is he? All right, let's go back to the detention center. There's got to be something else we can show him. No. Something related to what's happened to him. No. Autopsy report? Officer Meekins, take a look at this. I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry. I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. It's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. No. Maybe the Blue Badger? Nope. I really don't think I've got anything to show him. Oh, wait, hang on. Do you think you can take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir, that's it! That's it! Oh, wow, we found it by accident. That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card. Exactly, sir! That's exactly it! Nothing can be more exact, sir! Nothing! I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it was that you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you! So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you! My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, on tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. I guess I better go check out the crime scene. All right, presumably now Marshall will be there, right? Oh. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs department. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the chief of detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means. If there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal copy machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir! We'll scour the place again, sir! The chief of detectives looks a little flustered. Ah, righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Ho, 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 Chief Gant. Reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? All right, well, I guess we will have to come back next time and speak to Gant and Marshall and hopefully look at the scene of the crime tomorrow. So thank you for watching, YouTube. I'll see you again soon.